Welcome to another edition of For the Health of It. I'm your host, Corian K. Paget, and today I have with me former Golden Eagle, and also a Jacktown native, Amber Stewart. Amber, how you doing?
Doing good. How's it good? How are you?
I'm doing quite well. Doing quite well. All right. Amber, we met in undergrad at USM. I know we took kinesiology together, and then I think we took maybe one other class together, Dr. Hudson's class, I think. Uh,
Yeah,
were you an exercise physiology major or were you a kinesiotherapy?
I was exercise science.
Okay.
Were you kinesiotherapy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, those classes at that time they shared a lot of the same curriculum. So it was a lot of intermingling in that HPR building. But Amber here, like I said, she's from Jackson, went to Southern Miss, very intelligent young lady, and she's moved out to California and is doing quite well for herself. So I think you know yourself better than I know you. So go ahead and give us a little bit of your background.
Lee. Well, I guess after it's funny because I think I only got into exercise out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all I ever wanted to do was dance, and so I broke my ankle, and I went to physical therapy, and I was like, "What is this? All they have to do?" And then I looked up how much they got paid, and I was like, "What?" And then I get to wear scrubs. I was like, "Man, sign me up." So I went to college, and then I got to college, and I was like, "I don't really like learning. It's just not for me." So after my bachelor's, I was like, "What can I do and not get a master's to do it?" And so exercise physiology, I tried to do cardiac rehab. It took a minute and to find something to do in cardiac rehab. So I started personal training cardiac rehab patients, and it just went from there. And then after that, I went corporate because I got tired of running around carrying all that personal training stuff. And
Right.
then worked my way up the corporate ladder in Atlanta. And so now I transferred, yeah, then I transferred here to San Francisco. And now I manage three um, privately contracted gym facilities.
Okay.
That's pretty.
Okay. Can you drop the name or?
It's GSA. Well, right now, this space, it was open for like the people in the federal building. So, like FBI, the judges, and prosecutors, and all of the legal people in the area. But COVID happened, so it's like too many germs. So the FBI is now renting out the space to so they can keep their fitness requirements. So
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, so you mentioned wanting to get into the corporate side of it. So about how long did it take you to work your way up?
Um, it's funny because when I originally applied for my very first corporate exercise, what is it, health fitness specialist job. That was my very
Mhm.
first corporate job. When I first applied for health fitness specialist, I didn't get it because I did not have any experience teaching classes.
So hold
And I
on.
was like,
I'm sorry to interrupt you right there. Isn't that the worst?
yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Ah,
So luckily, I went to personal training, and that stumbled. And the very first time I taught a class, I went to a gym. The gym was rankety janky. It was just badly managed. So the yoga instructor just quit, and so the members, we were just all looking like. And so then one of the members was like, "Oh, Amber, you just do it. You just do some stuff." And I was like, "What?" It's like, "All right." And so then the one of the manager guys, he just came up to me and was like, "Hey, you want to continue doing this?" And I was like, uh, I was like, "Okay, I guess." But yeah, so that's kind of how it snowballed from there.
Okay. Uh,
So,
I forgot all about that health fitness specialist certification until you just mentioned it. Did you ever get that?
I got that. See, I'm a lazy person.
Hmm.
Um, and instead, for my internship, we had to do either a final project or presentation, or we had to study for a certification. So I'm like, I'm not about to do no extra work. I was like, I'd rather study.
Right.
It's like, I'd rather study and just go back and walk across the stage. So I did that. So, and I think that was one of the best things that's ever happened. And so then, like every 2 years, you have to recertify.
Right.
So it's like so many credits to recertify. So every time I get a so every time I have to certify, I just get another certification. So now I have an orthopedic exercise specialist certification, so I can help people with their walking gait or if they have like muscle imbalances and all that fun stuff. And then after that, got fitness nutrition specialist. So people who have issues with eating can do that. So yeah, just like stacking them on up.
Hey, that's what's up, though. That is what's up.
Yeah.
You know, when I was studying for kinesiotherapy, I really got interested in strength and conditioning when I took Dr. Garrity's class. I was supposed to take it under Dr. Hudson, but for some reason I got under Dr. Garrity, and I can't lie, it sparked something in me. I was like, man, that's pretty dope. Still don't have the CSTS, but then we took I think it was the exercise prescription class with Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Webster. And that class, I
Yeah.
was like, man, all this stuff sounds amazing. So, luckily,
That was that was a class for me. Sorry.
no, yeah, I like that. I like that class. And Dr. Webster, anybody know what ever happened to Dr. Webster? Like, I see
I don't
Dr.
know.
Boyd is still there at USM, and so is,
He will forever be there.
yeah,
Who was the there was he was kind of like a middle-aged, younger. He had black hair. He was soft spoken. I think
weird.
he taught exercise. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he taught
that's
exercise prescription. Okay. I think okay. Yeah. But
yeah.
he was really, really good.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely. Were you? I don't know if you were in there that day. Uh, there was a shooting, or there was like, we stayed right next to the bank or whatever. Southern Miss was right next to a bank, and there was like a bank robbery or something.
No, I
Oh,
was out that day.
well, it was like a robbery at the bank or something. It was like a campus lockdown, and I just remember somebody's blurting it out on their phone. And Dr. Hudson saying, okay. Walks over to the door, locks the door.
Interesting.
Oh man,
He's smart.
that took everything out of me that day. But I think they ended up catching it. Well, they caught the guy. Nothing happened at Southern Miss that day. But you mentioned being what diet certification do you have?
um, fitness nutrition specialist.
Fitness
So,
nutrition.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So
6 through 8. So,
okay. And ACE is you got to tell me what that one stands for.
American College of
American
Exercise.
College of Exercise. Good deal. Good
Yeah.
deal. Okay. So tell me a little bit about yourself. What else you got going on? You got the Stew Project, and you got a couple of books, ebooks out. So go ahead and
Oh,
highlight yourself.
yeah. Okay, so when I was in Atlanta, well, Alpharetta, whatever, I started my online personal training or my personal training business. And that was originally called Elite Physiques.
Okay.
And I did a fitness challenge called the Stew Project. And from that, I just left the group and then it just dissolved when I went corporate. And it was funny because when I was at my corporate job before I moved out to San Francisco, I was talking to one of my coworkers and I was like, yeah, ultimately I want to get back into personal training and, start an online fitness business. And so I had forgot about it, moved out here, been here a year, and then I came back to Atlanta and visit. And so then I met her, and she was like, "Oh, what's going on with your online business? I can't wait for that." And it was, I was like, okay, all right then, like let me dust off the show, let me start it up again. So I couldn't think of anything else, so I was just like, well, let's just do Stew Project. And I was like, well, what does the Stew stand for? And so I was just thinking, I was like, well, simply taking emphasis on wellness. So that's basically where it came from. I just recently got my health coach certification.
Okay.
And that's really where my love for the Stew Project came from, because health coaching really just showed me like how stress can affect your sleep, which can throw off your hormonal balance, which can throw off your eating habits, which can affect your sleep and your stress. And so it's just like a whole cycle that keeps going on. And it's really kind of like I would see this in Black communities, like it would happen all the time. And then like my grandmother would just like she died in the hospital recovering from having brain surgery. And before that, she had lung cancer. And before that, she had diabetes. And then another case of lung cancer. But she was a smoker. She never exercised and she never ate right. But all she really did was care for everybody else and worry about bills and go to church. So she was too busy giving to everybody else instead of focusing on herself first so she could be able to live a long life. And I think that through health coaching, we can stop people from that cycle and just show them like, hey, maybe your lack of sleep is affecting your eating habits. And so then just like one little tweak can be a catalyst of change. I know I've been working with one lady, and she just listed out a whole bunch of things she wanted to fix. And I was like, all right, well, what's the one thing you have to do right now? And she was like, okay, well, I just have to do stretches because I can't do that. And so then I was like, okay, so I gave her a video for some stretches and suggested when would be good for her to do. And it was funny because she never got around to doing the stretches, but she was able to pretty much do everything else. So she started doing walks every day. She started eating healthy every day. And this was like fast food morning, Bojangles, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, like fast food was like everything. But now it's more like health-based stuff and Whole Foods. And after a month of working with her, she pretty much fixed everything. And so then she's like, okay, so now I know my weight gain is just from stress.
Gotcha.
And so we're able to like break down everything. And she's doing it on her own. So she's learning like, oh, this is stuff that I can fix. It's my mindset, it's my perception. And she is able to like do all this stuff on her own. It's funny, it's still no stretches, but she's able to do everything else. So, but yes, everything is like in baby steps.
Yeah. Hey, that's what's up, though. You're out there changing lives. So that is cool. That is so cool. One of the main reasons I wanted to reach out to you, I saw you posted a couple things about diets and fad diets, and I was like, well, I need somebody to get on here, and I was just looking for somebody. And when you posted all that, I loved your graphics and all that work you did. So I just reached out and wanted to get you on here. Do you do your own graphics or how?
So it's a little bit of both. So I do my online graphics, and then some of them I do, and then some of them are just slides from school, and I just like
Gotcha.
Cut and paste.
Gotcha.
But yeah, when it's funny because when I've been learning about these diets, I'm like, what? Seriously? Really? So you playing this, right? You playing this?
Right.
Okay. I was like, all right. And it's so funny because it's like you want to, because like this is like the year of being woke, I guess.
Right.
But it's like but you have to like realize like what are you putting in your bodies? And it's funny because like going back to like how it is with systematic racism, like I was thinking like most of the people that come out of those like the ghettos or like lower income families are like sports players or people who get like scholarships or something, or people who have different mindsets than their families. And usually they have the different mindsets. The people who do sports, they learn self-efficacy, how to exercise and nutrition because they get different meals than what they other students usually get.
Mm-hmm.
So they're learning different things, and so their perception is different. So that's how they usually come up. But everybody else, they are eating processed foods, focused on distracting things, not really getting exercise, and they're just completing that cycle because they're more focused on fixing their problems by getting a new outfit or getting a new game or jewelry or just doing anything else but really trying to fix themselves or fixing their problems. And so I think that's like, yeah, wake up. It starts with your eating. Like you eat better, you sleep better, you make better decisions, you're more energetic. Like my client, she was like, eating better, it does work. Like I can tell a difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right. So you highlighted five. Wait, no, let me look. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, five diets on your post on September
Mhm.
5th. You brought up the Atkins diet, the cabbage diet. I never heard of the cabbage diet. The five
Yeah.
body diet, gluten free diet, and the lemonade water diet. So uh,
Yes.
I want to tackle some of these. Well, I want to tackle all of them. I want you to give me in that order your spiel on each one. So the Atkins diet. Give me the pros and cons.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull up that post because I believe I can't really remember, but I believe the Atkins diet it was originally made for people with cerebral palsy,
Mhm.
or it was designed for some to fix something.
Right.
And so I'm like, why are you giving people a diet to lose weight when it was originally created for something else?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there should be a red flag.
Right. Right. So let me ask you this while you're searching for that.
Mhm.
Because I remember the Atkins diet was huge, like when we were kids, like in the early 2000s and whatnot. That's when like
Yes.
McDonald's started selling burgers with lettuce wraps and whatnot.
Yes.
Then recently the keto came about, and they seem
I
very
hate low
similar.
carbs diets. Yes. Low carb diets. Okay, so they just go off the fact that carbs are restrictive and you shouldn't have any of them and just demonizing them. And first of all, um, in my book, what is it, in my nutrition guide ebook, it lists out all of the main nutrients, vitamins and nutrients, and where you can find them. And B vitamins, which are found in carbs,
Mhm.
and your grains, those are used for amino acid, fat, and carb metabolisms. So why would you restrict yourself of something that you needed to do?
Mhm.
It's like you it would help like people just need to learn what food is for instead of I need food to feel full. It's funny because like whenever I think about it, it's like whenever you feed yourself something, it's like, oh, I'm bad, and your body is just like, no, like I don't really need this. Can you get me like some folate, maybe some magnesium, some
Mhm.
green leafy lettuce? But you just like, nah, I don't eat that stuff. Give me
Rabbit food.
yeah. Like I don't need that. But your body's like, yes, yes, I do need that. But yeah, it's horrible. And then usually Started going back to the low carb, like Atkins and
Mhm.
keto diets. That carb restriction usually leads to cravings. And when you have those cravings, you usually give in and then you binge eat and
Mhm.
then you feel bad. And then you go off your diet and just say, F it.
Right, right.
And then you feel bad again and you go all the way back. And actually, my boyfriend is doing that. Over the course of quarantine, both of us just got lazy and we just like did not feel anything. We just let the laziness seep in.
Mhm.
And so he gained a little bit of weight. And so then I gained belly fat. And that was like the first time I gained belly fat. I didn't think it was possible. And I was like, whoa. I was like, hold on now. So I just started like being more mindful in incorporating variety in my foods and exercising more. And he just completely barely ate and tried to exercise all the time. Like I bounced back like quickly,
Mhm.
but he was still struggling. And I'm just like, I was trying to tell him, it's like, you know, you can eat carbs. It was like, nah, I'm not. I'm just like, it's your body needs it. It's like
Right.
you have to replenish your glycogen stores. That's the first thing your body goes to when you're exercising. Like, why?
Mhm.
What is your body going to run on?
Right.
And even with that, you have to think about it. Like, why are you restricting your body? Like, you're the one that messed up, not your body. Your body was like trying to, your body was trying to give you what was trying to perform in spite of your restrictions. And so then you completely flip the restrictions
Mhm.
and it can't really perform. So, you know,
Gotcha.
sorry, I go on tangents.
Nah, I mean that's what I brought you on for. Funny you said
Yeah.
that about quarantine and weight. You know, I gained a couple of pounds, and then started September. I was like, all right, cold turkey, man. Like, get serious about this. So I actually uh, said to myself, I got to start losing this weight. You know, especially if I'm doing a podcast called For the Health of It. I can't be walking looking like a teddy bear. You know.
Yeah.
And I
Like,
tell
come
my
on, I
wife,
gotta
I
walk the walk.
tell my wife all the time, you know, yeah, you know, I'm slimming down, but you know, you say about no.
It's like, come on now, it's coming, it's coming.
Right, right, right. So what about this cabbage diet, or hey, are you still looking for that other one?
Yeah, hold on.
No, that's fine. That is absolutely fine.
Um, Read it out to me and I can explain it.
Okay. It's that time again to call out those fad diets. You want me to read the post, right?
No, just the picture.
Okay.
Why? Sorry, I'm on my Facebook page, but it won't let me. I
Okay.
can't
Here we
find my.
go. Don't buy into fat diets. Examples: Atkins diet, no carbs, high fat, high cholesterol, equals or leads to or led to high cholesterol levels. And got ketosis. Ketosis says transition the body from using glucose to using fat, ketones, insulin storage, energy from carbohydrates. Less carbohydrate intake equals less insulin. Reduction in fat accumulation, approximately 3 days of fasting, very low carbs. You'll get insufficient glucose to supply the central nervous system. Central nervous system must find an alternative energy source, and then it has glucose and ketones under it.
Okay, hold on. It's making me angry that I can't find it.
It's all good, all good. Well, while you're looking for it, I don't want any dead noise. Uh, I mentioned rabbit food earlier.
Yes.
Reminded me of a friend of mine. He met up with some girl on a blind date, I guess, while we were in undergrad. He's married now to a totally different girl, but he was like, "Man, we went out to eat. I think they went to Applebee's or something like that, and they go there and she orders a grilled chicken salad. He's like, okay, cool. So he gets whatever he eats, and he's watching her eat. He was like, man, she started just eating just the chicken on the plate, and he was like, you got a salad, you go eat the rest of it. She says, no, I don't eat that. That's rabbit food.
So why'd you get it?
That's why I was like, well, why did she order that? And he was like, man, I don't know, but I can't see her again. I was like, I understand that. I completely understand that. I would not see her again.
Oh my goodness. Yes, that makes the most sense.
Roasting.
I don't even, but I think there's like a common misconception, like people just have the idea that they want to know what to eat, but they really don't. And so they just assume. Yeah. And I think that's how people sell you with these random diets like the cabbage diet. And even with the cabbage diet, one, it's extra restrictive, and it's going off the fact that all you can just eat a bunch of cabbages, and it's supposed to detox your body and bring you back to normal. Like, do you use your common sense sometimes?
Right.
When you make decisions? It's like you just take people on that desperation. It's kind of like those bad diet teas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would you punish yourself? Like, your body naturally detoxes itself. That's why you use the bathroom every day.
Right.
But just take a bunch of cabbages and you're like to be back to normal.
Yeah, I see it. It says cabbage soup diet. Eat cabbage soup for a week with a few other food choices. Lacks in proteins and nuts will promote bloating and gas. Like that sounds horrible. Like
Yeah.
so literally, the majority of their diet is cabbages.
Yeah. So you're eating mainly cabbages, and so then, hold on. So it's like day one, mainly fruit, except for bananas because of the extra sugar. Day two, vegetables, leafy greens, but no fruit. So it's like sugars, detoxing it, and then sugar detox because day three, fruits and vegetables. And then you're just layering sugars and detox. So it's like, why don't you just eat a regular meal?
Right.
Like, I'm a lazy person. So I just break it down to quarter starch, quarter protein, rest of the plate, fruits and vegetables.
Gotcha.
If you break it down even lower than that, just try to have 3 to 5 different food groups in every meal. Boom.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah.
So say this is a stupid question. So you said fruits and vegetables. What do you classify a tomato as?
A fruit.
Okay.
Because it makes juice and then it has seeds on the inside that are congealed.
Okay. Okay.
Final answer. But it does grow.
I like tomatoes, so either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what vegetables grow on the vine?
You can't. I can't tell you.
I
can't tell you at all. All right. So, what about the paleo diet?
Okay, paleo diet, high protein diet. First of all, there's only a certain limit of protein you can eat, and then it won't make a difference.
Right.
Then too much protein will leave you constipated and bloated. And I get the idea of going back to like the native eating and stuff like that, but you still need your simple carbs. simple carbs for your glycogen stores. It's just like a little touch and go, just like let me use it real quick. So, but yeah, that's my take.
All right. The 5-bite diet.
That is another heavy restriction diet. Just take just 5 bites of it, and just being mindful of the food that you eat, and then just wait and go into the next meal.
So when you say 5 bites, not 5 chews, but like you bite the item 5 times.
Yeah.
I'm good off that. I'm good off that. That sounds horrible. Oh my goodness.
I don't know why people think like these horrible restriction things. Like even at my gym, there was a lady who her friend was like this health. I don't know what her friend was in like a wellness thing, and she stopped exercising because we do a morning TRX class, and she stopped exercising because she went on this really restrictive diet, and she would only drink shakes. It was like 500 calories or something a day, and she was like, people would come in, I was like, oh my gosh, you look great. You look so great. She's like, yeah, I lost like 20 pounds. I feel horrible. I miss exercising. I'm hungry all the time.
Oh my goodness. She was only getting like 500 calories a day. She's burning probably like close to 3,000.
Yes. That's why she couldn't exercise. They told her like, do not exercise because it's heavily restrictive. And I think that was like for the first month. And then like the next month you like ate like 1,000 calories or something like that. But it was, she was like, yeah, I wouldn't do this again.
Oh man. Well, like you said, it's a lot of people, they want a quick fix, and something's coming up, they got a wedding or a high school reunion or something.
What usually happens, we procrastinate. So say like it's fall.
Right.
I'm booking a trip to Cabo. I'm gonna do it for the summer. I'm gonna do it. And so then maybe first couple weeks they work out. Yeah, I'm doing it. And then like one time the next week, and then they just stop. And they're like, "Ooh, honey, it's cold outside."
It's raining.
It's okay. I still got 3 months though. I'm gonna do it. They do some stretches. Ooh, honey, I'm tired now. Whew. And then it's like 1 month away. All right, how can I lose 4 to 5 pounds in 2 weeks? Like, what can I do? And so then the cabbage diet looking a little good.
Right.
The waist trainer is looking a little good. The diet teas, they looking real good. Okay, I can do that. And that's how they sell you. They're like, we know y'all gonna procrastinate. We know you're not gonna do what you're supposed to do.
You brought up something funny for me. Waist trainers. What's your opinion on waist trainers?
They work if you're working. I was following somebody on social media, and she was one of those Love and Hip Hop girls, and she was talking about, oh girl, this is gonna get you for the fupas, so you gotta buy 2. You gotta get 1 for the race and 1 for the fupas. And so then I was like, okay. She was saying like, this right here, it warms up, so you gotta make sure it's close to it. So this is the warming sensation, and so that's gonna get the fat molecules working. And so then she started explaining like, see, it works even when you're not working. I was like, okay, that's it. First of all, like, Do you even know what fat is used for in your body?
Right. Because one thing, fat ain't gonna do no work really.
Right. Like your muscle will do work. Work your
Exactly.
muscles. Go for a walk. Like your fat is just sitting there like, when we gonna work? I'm ready. I'm ready to work. What we gonna do? Your muscles like, yo, challenge me.
Hmm.
I'm bored. And so then your body, you keep eating, and then your body's like, oh, okay, we gonna work tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna hold this fat for you,
Hmm.
just in case you want to go for that walk, just in
That's
case you
over
want to
there
do that
beating
hit.
up the muscle.
Yes. The fat just like scoot over muscle.
Right. Get off my couch.
Yeah.
Oh man, so
Right.
you're a no go on waist trainers. I think that's safe to say.
No, I have never used waist trainers, and I've always had a tiny waist, so it's not necessary. You just need to learn how to activate your core muscles.
Hmm.
Just simple. Learn what your body does.
Right. I like
Yeah,
that. Learn what your body does. That can work for me. Okay.
yeah.
I can't lie. Whatever this is on your it looks like an avocado with an egg baked into it or something. I don't know what that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks pretty good though. Like, have you ever had that?
I have. I think I've actually had too many avocados, so now I'm getting like overly sensitive to the texture. But I think for a long time I got on a kick of um, boiled egg or a fried egg
Mhm.
over avocado. And it's funny because like they had this big fluff about like the cholesterol in an egg,
Right.
but the cholesterol in your arteries is more correlated with saturated fats and um, added sugars more so than cholesterol from an egg. And it's okay to eat one egg a day.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's me repping for the eggs.
I like eggs. Well, I got to be honest and tell you the truth about what I've been doing for this month of September. I've basically said I was 202 pounds, right? 5'9", 202. Said, well, I want to restrict my caloric intake, and I'm gonna give up. I gave up beef, poultry, and pork. So I'm only eating seafood and no dairy. So I'm still getting vegetables, still getting fruit. I get like minimum cup of grapes a day. That's a minimum. Like I love some grapes. I love grapes. I love strawberries. So I get my fruit, leafy greens. I'm getting sauteed spinach or just fixing me a salad with like baby spinach and onions and tomatoes and mushrooms, uh, dressed in lemon juice, salt, pepper. Then like the main fish I'm eating is salmon and catfish, both baked, not fried.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
So
that's good.
yeah.
As long as you have your variety and with your, I mean, you have to have your balance because I don't say catfish isn't the best fish, but I like catfish and salmon is really good, high in those omega 3, so it offsets anything
Right.
negative that you put in your diet. I also think that's something that's important. As long as you have balance, like eat what you want.
Mm.
As long as you make sure that you have at least 2 or 3 servings of your green leafy vegetables, your colorful vegetables a week, then you're good. And as long as you listen to your body and know when you're hungry, when you're full, and when the food you're eating is making you sick, because oftentimes we just like,
Right.
oh,
Right.
I don't feel good. Like me and my boyfriend were so different because he eats really fast and I eat slower. And so he finished his entire piece and I ate like half of mine. And both of us was just like, yeah, I feel kind of sick. Like, yeah. And I was like, how you finish it?
Right.
I was just like, it's just the difference in eating patterns. So yeah, just be mindful.
Okay. Okay. Well,
have you been feeling?
how,
Um,
how have I been feeling?
yeah,
I
shifting
feel
your
pretty
eating.
good. Feel pretty good. You know, it's not affecting my hair or anything. You know, uh, but no, seriously, I've been feeling good. Just some days a little better than others. I tried to eat like a couple Subway sandwiches, like the seafood sensation.
Mm,
Can't do that. Can't do. I tried that. I was like, one time it messed with my bowels. I was like, oh, who knows? Second time I had it,
it
I had it again.
relaxed.
So I was like, all right, this only happens when I eat this, so I can't eat that. So I'm
Yeah,
definitely staying away from there. I don't know if it was the bread. I don't know if it was the seafood sensation mix, but I was like, can't do any of it.
might be the sensation part.
Right, right.
But it could be the creamy part of it. One thing I've noticed, because I've been shifting from um, like eating mainly fast food to not eating fast food.
Mhm.
Um, the more you are mindful of your eating habits and the more you eat like wholesome foods, the more your body will reject those processed foods. Because like I know I eat like when I eat out, I mainly eat like fresh foods anyway, or I go to like I really eat like tacos or like Mexican restaurants because I know like the food like you can't it, it's just
Right,
rice, chicken, and
right.
lettuce and stuff. So when I go to like even when I go to Chick-fil-A, I get like a regular chicken sandwich, like the fried, and they're so great, but I can't finish them because like the oil is like messing with my stomach, and I'm just like, ugh.
Mm.
Like I'm eat happy and I'm come back because you were good. You messed me up, but you were good. But I think that that is also okay because I'm still enjoying my food, but it's not at the point of where I'm overindulgent to where it hurts me. It's like, I like it, but it's not going to kill me in the long run, or I don't want to continue this in a bad habit kind of way.
Gotcha. Uh, I was thinking about this when you mentioned your boyfriend and eating all his food real quick. Uh, he's our age, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so
and he's 32.
right, so we all grew up in that era of happy plate. You got to make that happy plate. You know, you got to clean your plate.
Yes.
So you know, I heard that led to a lot of like obesity, childhood obesity, and you know, which leads to or can lead
Yeah.
to diabetes and hypertension and all the other stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, what's your opinion on that? Or give me a quick facts on
It
that.
leads to guilt.
Yeah.
Because I know even for me, I was a skinny kid who would be made fun of like, oh, you eat like a bird. You just eat your food, finish your plate. And they would like force me to eat my food and do like the clean plate thing. So even when I would, even like now, I would go out with my boyfriend and I wouldn't finish my food. So I'd be like, ugh. I was like, it's okay, Amber, it's okay. I was like, okay, okay, I don't have to finish my food. It's okay, I'm full. I'm full.
Right.
But like, don't worry, it's not that bad. But yeah, it kind of just conditions people to not be in tune with their body. And
Mm.
most of the time, restaurants give people extra portions, like 2 or 3 portions. Like you go to an Italian restaurant
Oh
and
no.
they give you pasta the size of your head, and you wonder why your ass is like the size of your house. Like, stop eating.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. No, that's definitely when you said it leads to guilt. That right there, when you said that I felt that because sometimes I'll be eating and I'm like, man, I gotta finish this. You know, I gotta finish this. And you know, here's the other one that hits you with, man, you eating all this food or you wasting all this food, and you got people out there that ain't eating. You wasting food.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, you know, and I'm guilty of it too because I do that
Mhm.
to my wife. I let her know all the time, baby, you wasting food. You know, you can't be wasting this.
Yes. Well, you know what? I work in a tenderloin in San Francisco, so there's a lot of homelessness. So before the pandemic, there's a lot of homeless people out. And so there would always be this one guy just asking for food, like, yo, man, you take me down here and give me some sandwiches, or yo, take me to this place and give me all this. And so one day I was leaving and we had like some luncheon and we had like extra sandwiches from that were catered.
Mm.
So I tried to give him these catered sandwiches. He was just like, nah, why don't you just take me here instead? And I was like, here's some sandwiches.
Right.
He was just like, no. So I'm like, look, if a homeless person can reject food, I can
I
too.
can tell. Yeah, yeah. There we go. I like that one. If a homeless. Oh man, that's a good one. That is a good one.
So I don't feel guilt as much. But yeah, if I'm out and my guy's paying for it, or somebody's like paying for my food, I do feel kind of guilty. I was like, that was a $35 plate. I ate about $10.
Right. Right. Okay.
Oops.
Okay. Well, we're finna wrap it up, Amber. It's been a good conversation. I definitely got to get you back on because we barely. This is just barely the tip of the iceberg of the
Oh yeah.
wealth of knowledge you have. So before we get you out of here, drop all your social media and your website and any new projects you got.
Yes. So you can. I have my Facebook page, Facebook at the Stew Project. That's where I'm putting most of my information. I have my website, the Stew Project, and that is where I have my blogs. And also coming up in October, I'm actually really excited about this. I'm coming up with a 3-month like program or course for individuals who want to learn how to take care of themselves. So, just how we invest in our education, we invest in learning how to manage our money. We need to learn how to manage our household. We need to learn how to manage our mind, learn how to cope with stress. We need to learn how to eat right, learn how to eat so we can eat what we want. And we need to learn how to exercise. And not even exercise, we just learn how to do physical activity. Because before the pandemic, I would have my gym access. But after the pandemic, I did not have my gym access, but I was still able to do things to maintain my current weight
Right.
and fitness, or at least bounce back after that dip. And like, so if you understand how to do that, you can manage yourself. And so then it's just like learning how to tie your shoe or brush your teeth or balance your checkbook or do a monthly report. Like once you learn how to do it, you set it and then you can focus on other things and it gets a lot easier. So yeah, that's what I have. Stewproject.com. Check me out.
You said STEW stands for what again?
Simply taking emphasis on wellness.
Simply taking emphasis on wellness. I like it. All right, Amber, we appreciate you being on, and we're definitely going to bring you back. This has been another, let me restart that one. This has been another episode for the health of it, and I'm your host, Corian K. Paget. Thank you.